back in Jamaica, when I was with when I was with Toyota, what we had was a thing called a CRU. We call it a cross regional unit. Where
Right.
right, so every quarter, a dealership would host a number of us from across the Caribbean at
Yes.
their dealerships, and we would
Yes.
travel. We would travel there, spend
Mm-hmm.
like 2 to 3 nights, and we will
Mm-hmm.
stay. We will tour the dealership, take notes, and then
Mm-hmm.
we'll go back to the meeting room, and we'll sit and we'll discuss, like,
Yes.
process improvement strategies and
Mm-hmm.
layouts and warehousing, and
Mm-hmm.
recommend what needs to be done, what can be done, and then each person will do a presentation of where they
Mm-hmm.
were, where they are now, where they want to go, and then we critique
Yes.
each other, and then we help
Mm-hmm.
each other along the way, so that way
Right.
everyone is
Right.
growing. So benchmarking was actually important during that time. I'm not sure.
Definitely.
I'm not sure if they're still doing it now, but it was a big, big, big deal back then. And
Yes.
because of the technology now, I think a lot of people has gotten lazy, right? They do it
Mm-hmm.
over Zoom
Mm-hmm.
meetings now, and
Yes.
conference calls
Yes.
and all these things. Not because of COVID, but
Mm-hmm.
that that purpose of going to someone else's country and
Yes.
looking and
That's true. That's
you
a
know
very good point. Yes.
connecting with them and see the culture for yourself, to say, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'll try
Mm-hmm.
this here and
Yes.
see if it
Even
can
before
work.
COVID.
Yeah,
You're right. You're very
yeah,
right. You're very
yes.
right. Nothing
So
beat the face-to-face and hands-on interaction, you know?
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
benchmarking is actually important.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes too much competition will actually damage you. So
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
have to know exactly what works from what doesn't.
Yes, yes. Very, very salient point there. Very salient point. We have to know what's going on also with our competitors. And
Yeah.
the best way to get that is to interact, as you said, face to face and with your colleagues in the region. You
Hmm.
know, I don't know how we can combat that after COVID, because COVID now makes it even worse. Is now you're going to have Zoom meetings and less interaction.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
bad before COVID.
yeah.
It's going to get worse during COVID and after COVID.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm not sure how we can tackle that. Believe you me. But we have to do, if we intend for our dealerships to be as close to first world standards as possible, we
Mm.
need to tackle that that issue right there.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure they have a plan. I'm sure
Because some
they should
training
have a plan
you still have to send people overseas for training,
for
have
training. Yeah.
hands-on practical thing.
Hmm.
Certain things you can't do over Zoom.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a challenge. It's a challenge.
Hmm.
But what I must say though is that there's a touch on what I noticed existed then to now. And because I'm a consultant, as I said, with a pre-owned dealership, I am so impressed with how far some of these pre-owned dealerships have come from.
Hmm.
Because as I said, I with this one I'm a consultant to, and others that I've been to, impressive facilities. But I
Yeah.
mean that they realize now that it's not just the customer to come buy the car here and service it once and then go to a road go service. They try their best to have some even have a little small parts inventory to,
Yeah, yeah. They want to make it a one-stop shop for the
a
customer.
one-stop shop.
Yeah.
And they have the lifts. Well, you know how
Yeah.
expensive setting up a lift can be.
Yeah, yeah,
I have
yeah.
seen used car dealerships with 4, 5 proper hydraulic lifts.
Yeah. Hmm.
They have
Hmm.
them spray booth. They have their the body man there.
Hmm.
And of course, they'll outsource something. So if you want to
Yeah.
put a truck on alarm,
Hmm.
everything is right there.
Yeah.
That has been a massive improvement from the times when I was really deep into the auto industry, actively involved.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
no,
But you
believe
say it's a total different concept in North America here, because you
yeah,
have the you have a lot of garages here that even have far more impressive layout and technology than even the dealers themselves. So
really.
yeah, yes, you have. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
And they're doing their labor rates are cheaper there. and they move a lot faster.
Wow.
And because they're small,
Yes.
it's more intimate when you walk into them, right?
Okay.
And the technology is impressive because you'll give them your chassis number, VIN number, whatever they call it here, and then they can diagnose the vehicle from there. They send to you by text and email exactly what has happened to your car, when is the next service, the oil change, all the diagnostics, recommendation, everything. Yeah, you actually get that.
Wow. That's the opposite here because I was checking on a car for somebody, and because the car was bought from the dealership, I tried my best to get certain information and whatnot. And I could only get it from the dealership because the partsman could not get that info about the vehicle because it wasn't obviously their partsman, it wasn't bought from them.
Yeah.
But you're saying now that they have access to a database, even if they buy it from them.
Yeah.
Now that is a good move.
Yeah, they can, and they build their own database as well. So once they do a proper pre-inspection of the vehicle, take pictures, everything, upload it to the and they create their database for you, right? So you will have a service history from the dealer, and at the same time now they have their own service history if you choose to service a vehicle with them as well. So it's very trust me,
if Jamaica
everything
ever made that paradigm shift, I tell you, we'll be on the right road.
Yeah, but I mean, for a country like this that is so vast, it is needed because you have so many people who live in remote areas, right? Far away from the city. So you have to have that.
True.
Yeah. You have to
from
have
the
that.
dealer where they originally bought the car.
Yeah. But to be fair to Jamaica still, a lot of the smaller shops in Jamaica are actually started by the same mechanics and service managers and sales managers who worked within the dealerships.
Yes, within the system. Yes. So eventually, I suppose we will get there, but it may be much slower, like molasses in winter. Slow.
Slow to get out the bottle, man. Slow, very, very slow.
Yes. I must say, I'm enjoying this conversation, Chris. A lot of memories. You're making me miss the auto industry. You're making me miss the auto industry too.
Anytime I come across individuals like yourself and myself, I will start talking about the auto industry. It's a very good flashback, right? The memories and the laughter and the experiences and
but I see a satisfied customer is what motivates us too.
Exactly.
Seeing a satisfied customer.
Yeah. Because one of the things when I came here, I brought a strategy, which is a customer retention strategy. Is I brought a thing called a customer focused strategy. You will, as a partsman, I will go out there and visit the shops and the garages and the small parts places and things, introduce yourself to them, let them know exactly what it's all about. And you should see the reaction on some of these people's faces. They said,
shocked.
Yeah, they're shocked. They're like, you're from where? You're from where? I said, I'm from, such and such dealership. And they said, Really? Are you sure you're supposed to be here? I say, yes.
That's a good strategy. Yes.
Exactly. I'm introducing, the business. Here's my card, what we can do. Give them a credit application form, for them to start buying from us and whatever. And trust me, within a year, it started to increase. Just a small things that people would realize.
Yes.
But, I mean,
that's a lasting impression right there.
Right there and then. The first impression is a lasting impression. Yeah.
Chris came to visit us. And I said, which Chris? You mean the Chris who is at the dealership, who sells the cars and has a service area and parts area? And the other person can say, wow, what an impact that has. That's a good strategy.
Exactly. So
in other words, work with me then. I'm not there to kill you. Work with me.
Work with us. Work with us. Yeah.
Interesting.
And one of the interviews I had with Basil, and Basil said, I always admire when I come to your place and I'm in my work clothes, greasy and dirty and thing. I always come and take me out and carry me into the office and look about my parts. He talks about it all the time. You know what? It's a lasting impression. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because It's a lasting impression because at the end of the day, Basil is a customer, but he's also a mechanic, right?
Right.
But at the same time, now Basil is working on other people's cars. So
Mm-hmm,
he's going to
mm-hmm,
spread the
mm-hmm.
word and tell them that,
Yes, yes,
anytime you want any parts, go to Chris Clark down at such and such and
yes.
such, and he'll look after
Word
you.
of mouth.
Yeah, word of
Spread.
mouth again. Exactly. So
Mm-hmm,
you have to have that personal touch at all times when you're doing it.
mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't understand that. We
Yes,
too much
yes,
egos in the business. Maybe that is one of
yes,
the reasons
yes,
why the
yes,
business
yes.
suffers from time to time.
Oh yeah, oh
Yeah,
yes, oh yes, oh
the
yes,
you
oh
need
yes.
the right people in the right place. If we take
Mm-hmm,
away the
mm-hmm,
egos,
mm-hmm.
the dealerships, a lot of dealerships would be so far ahead.
So true, so true, so true. Each department has become so insular now. The sales department, they have their demands from their overseas principals,
Yeah,
these respective brands. I used to get those emails all hours and night, Japan time different.
yeah, yeah.
Then I getting emails from
Four,
England time
14 hours
different.
ahead. Yeah,
And yes, so imagine me having four brands and getting this, and then they said, look here, you have to take this amount of vehicle, this because there are certain amount of vehicles you have to take, because
mm-hmm.
you are the dealer. You have
Yeah,
to take at the same time I have to satisfy the board now and say, look here now, but I take too much then we can't move that. It's a balancing act.
yes, yeah,
And then
yeah,
each department now has a certain amount of money they have to meet each month. Parts would have it, that would have it. But if all of us work just instead of like that, you over there, so me over there, so the overall objective of the company will not be met.
yeah,
We have to work together.
yeah.
And
And
as you said, the egos prevented
it
that. The
boils
egos
right
prevented
down.
that.
It boils right
Mm,
down to the leadership because the man at the top,
yes,
the general manager, the managing director, the
yes, yes,
owner, yeah, he has to set the direction in where the company wants to go,
definitely,
right? And
definitely.
I keep saying he or she, because
Yes,
we're in that type of world now. They have
right.
to ensure that all three departments, which is if it's a 3S
Yes.
dealership, all three departments has to be
Mm-hmm.
working holistically together. And they and
Have
and, and
have
they and
to.
they are sold the vision, the mission, and the values, right?
Yes, yes.
So because
Well,
each
when I was at KG, I have had a parts personnel who pretty much sold cars as well because them over here say, I've had this car for how long now, but I can't afford a new car because it's too expensive. And then when the parts man at the parts counter tell him the price, he say, no man. He said, go for the go ask for Mr. Reid and thing. So you see, we can
yeah,
complement each other.
yeah,
There's one unit, one unit. You'll be surprised if we put aside all of the ego and realize
mhm,
that is one objective we have, how things will
yeah,
change.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the biggest challenge in the industry itself. One of
Yeah.
the biggest
Yeah.
challenges, yeah, in the
Do you find
industry.
that is present in where you are now? Is that
Yeah,
so prevalent now?
yes, man. Yes, man.
Prevalent too.
Prevalent
Okay.
there. Very prevalent.
Okay. Okay. Not quite good though. So,
Okay. Yeah, we'll start back. So yeah.
mhm.
The
Yeah, yeah.
conversation they say the conversation bringing back too much memories, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Quite enjoyable. And the experience, a lot of things come back to your mind. Things that you thought you did well, things that you could have done differently, the
Yeah.
advice that you would have for present personnel who young in the business,
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
the bottom line is that once it is a customer based industry and you follow all of the tenants to retain your customer retention, you
Hmm.
shouldn't have a problem. And as I said, if you have inspired leadership
Yeah.
who knows to put certain things in place
Hmm.
to remove the ego, to ensure that the staff is conversant with best practices, is, is,
Hmm.
is current with training internally, externally. As a matter of fact, a lot of the brands that the respective dealers carry, they offer training as well.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
So in the particular brand, I remember too that Mercedes Benz, they sent out their top trainer came out here, and he came out like for what, 2 years consecutively.
Yeah.
So we not only learn about the product, but they gave us sales and marketing tips geared towards the product. And then now we also got training outside of those brands as well.
Yeah.
So we got training like at a IMP, a UCC. Well, no
Mm-hmm.
UCC. So we have to go there and look the training.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We have to always evolve, evolve, evolve.
Yeah.
Just like the cars that evolve, we have to evolve as well because there are different needs and requirements.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You
Yes.
know.